예, 오케이. 지금 웨타에서 벌추얼 프로덕션 관련해서 향후 프로젝트를 어느 정도 퍼센테이지로 그 웨타에서 진행되는 프로젝트들이 벌추얼 프로덕션으로 연관돼서 진행될 수 있을 것인지, 혹시 또는 원하는 이 정도는 벌추얼 프로덕션을 진행할 것이다라든지 이런 부분들의 예측이 있으신지 궁금합니다, 리차드님.
Um, well, at the moment, no, because obviously you've got to be able to access a virtual production studio, and at the moment, the only one that I'm aware of in New Zealand is the one that Alistair is building, which he is in the process of testing. It is obviously our great hope that he will put that into a production capable studio, and then we get to work on films, television series that may utilize that. But at this point, with our inability to travel around the world like we normally would, on average, we work on 7 productions a year, of which on average only 1 is shot in New Zealand and the other 6 are in some other country around the world, whether that be China, Australia, somewhere in Europe or in the US, and ultimately other parts of the world. But with COVID locking us down and with the virtual studios infrastructure almost arriving in parallel with COVID, we haven't yet had that opportunity, which is something that we look forward to. I will, while I've got the floor, I will make a comment in response to hearing Alistair and Sean talk, because the questions invariably and thus far have been around technology, about hardware. But of course, any aspiring film producer or film studio that is wanting to put in a virtual studio may have the money to purchase the technology and may have the the technical skills to physically build the infrastructure required. But of course, it comes ultimately down to the extraordinary knowledge, capabilities, and skills of the artists and technicians that are required to drive this technology. And that is a very limited resource around the world as well. And the sooner countries such as Korea, our own country here in New Zealand, and others can allow access to even the smallest scale virtual production setup. It could literally be tabletop scale using a single LED screen. The sooner young aspiring technicians that are desiring to work in the virtual studios environment could start to learn the skills required to do the complex process of this technology. And as Alistair said, it's a technology that's been around a very long time. But from what I can perceive, the subtleties required in the technical know-how to make it work exceedingly well is a huge leap from just making it work okay. And that demands a level of expertise and experience and technical know-how that can only come through practical, hands-on experiences and training. And that's something that any studio that's desiring to set up a virtual studio needs to be thinking about, that it's not just going to work if they put up the hardware. They're going to have to encircle themselves with extraordinarily clever people that can make this work day in, day out under a film production schedule.